Alright, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to rank every single map in Bloons Tower Defense battles. There's quite a lot of them. I have plenty of experience in playing the game, but take my opinion with a grain of salt because it's about whatever maps you like the best. But I'll give you some, just my opinion on why some maps are bad and why I put them in the tier that they are in. So, starting off strong with Area 52. Area 52 it's a good late game map and plenty of banana farm room. And there's not really much wrong with the map itself, so I'm gonna give it an A tier. Now Battle River it's an okay map. It's not very good because not much room for banana farms. There's water, but not very much of it. And there's just not really enough space to, get some good defense. I don't think you can fit very many aces or helicopters or anything like that, really. Banana farms. So I'm gonna put an E tier. Now Blastopolis, I mean, it's got, I don't know if I said that right, but whatever. It's got enough room. A lot of the lava takes up space, but I mean, it's okay because it's kind of like part of the track. And there's a little pool of water, and there's banana farm room, but it's just not really a good map, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna put it D tier. Just not really a good map in my opinion. Now Ghostly Coast, there's too much water. Even there's enough land for like 5 farms next to a farmer. It's still I don't think it's that much, but it's still not really a good map. Cause just a lot of the rim is water, and maybe you don't have a water tower, then you're kind of screwed. So for that I'm gonna say it's a D tier as well. Now, everybody who plays this game enough knows this is obvious F. You can fit like one farm. The whole map is water, except like a tiny bit. You can barely fit like aces or helicopters or big towers like that. I mean, Cobra is good for this map, but like other than that, it's just a bad map. There's just nothing to really say. Now this one, what's this, industrial factory or something. I forgot what this map is called. Good map. It's most people skip this map, but I actually like it. It's got water. It's got plenty of banana farm room in the corner by the powers. And it's good for like boomerangs or something. It's just a good map. I'm gonna give it. I'll give it B tier, because there's an annoying thing about it where the balloons will kind of, if your enemy sent them, they'll go this way, and if they're natural, they'll go another way. So that's the only thing I don't really like about that map. Now Marsh is probably an E tier. Not much space on it really. There's water, but you can't fit very many farms. It's just not really a good map in general. So I'm gonna put it E tier. Battle Park is S tier. Plenty of banana farm space. Plenty of it's a really long track. There's water in the middle if you need it. You can get your temples go ultra late game. It's just a really good map, I would say. Now Battle Sands is like C tier. There's not much to really say about it. There's banana farm room, but I mean, I guess I'll put it like B tier, or I'll put it A tier. Okay, I moved it up like 2 spaces, but whatever. It's fairly long. It's got, I mean, it's not really that long, but it's got banana farm room. It's got like a little pool in the corner, but I mean, it's pretty useless. And there's good room for stuff, so I'd say it's a pretty good map. And then Bloons Circles is an S too. It's just It's just the battle park, or I think that's what that map's called, but like a little better. It's a little bit longer. It's also got water. Just good map. Go ultra late game on it with your temples and stuff. Now this is gonna be controversial, but I'm putting an A tier. Now I know most of you are freaking out when I say that because pretty much everyone hates this map, but I actually would say it's pretty good because, it's good. Like for late game, no. For late game, it's not good. But if you're just playing like a Moab pit or something, you can get like your Buccaneer, your farms. It's like a good map. It's a short map too, so if you're rushing your enemy, you can kill them pretty fast, and you can get a farmer in the corner, get like, I don't know, like 6 farms, 7 farms next to him, and I don't know, you can use water towers on this map. It's really good, and it's not like the water takes up all the map, so it's still a really good strategy. It's a really good map, but it doesn't take up too much space with the water. So I'm gonna say it's A tier. I think it's a good map, but if you disagree, you can let me know in the comments. Okay, for this map, I don't know, it's something ruins. I don't remember what this map is called either. I'm forgetting my map names, but it's an E tier. It's got like 4 farms you can fit on the entire map. Not much room for anything in general. It like the little tomb in the corner takes up a lot of space, and the blocks and stuff. And it's just the track also takes up a lot of space. It's a very big track. And it's just not a good map. I mean, there's a little bit of water, but it's not in a very good spot. So, yeah, I'm putting in E tier. Interchange, pretty much the same reason. But I'll put it in D tier because there's like tack shooter strategy you could do here. There's enough banana farm room. It's not 4, it's like you could probably fit like 6, maybe, I don't know. And it's like the track gets annoying, but it's long enough that you can live pretty easily. And yeah, it's just, but it's also takes up a lot of space. Yeah, I don't really like this map, so I'm putting in D tier. Now this one is another S tier because plenty of banana farm room, and there's plenty of space, and there's like tack shooter excels at this map, and like if you want to get like Dartling Gunner or like not Dartling Gunner, mortar or ace on this map, just all really good options. And you can also go ultra late game on this map too. The track does take up a little bit of space, but there's not really any reason not to put in S tier. I think everybody likes this map. Like, you can get plenty of banana farms in the corner and maybe some at the bottom, some BIAs. Just really good map in general. Now, I think this is called Bloonarius. This is Bloonarius, right? It's a good map. There's like good pool. You can get some farms on the side. And like the track is fairly big, but I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's not like a bad map, so there's nothing really I have to say against it. The water is the pool is kind of big, but the track is kind of big, but it's fine. Whatever, you can live with it. You have to if you're playing that arena. Now this map, I'm gonna put in F tier because you can fit like 2 farms together in the corner, maybe like 3 in total, or you can probably fit more than that. But next to a farmer, you can't fit really any, and there's no water that takes up the taken space. It's just the track is really big and long, so it takes up like the whole map. But there's 2 different tracks for the enemy balloons and for your balloons, so it's a terrible map. F tier, get out of here. Dungeon, looks like a similar map, like the design, I guess, maybe. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but it's actually a good map. I'd put it in A tier. Only reason I'm not putting it in Actually, there is no reason I'm not putting an S tier. This is an S tier map. You could fit tons of farms. It's like perfect spacing for farms. You can do like maybe like a attack shooter strat, or like a wizard strat or something like that. It's a like attack wizard farm strat. Like it's just a good map. And I would say there's nothing really wrong with it. I don't know what could be wrong with this map. It's just, good map. Now, this map, most people despise this map. I think it's manageable, but like it's still gonna be a really bad rating because, you can fit like 3 farms maybe. No, I think you can fit 2, so it's gonna be F tier. But yeah, nothing but I guess tack shooter's good on this map. Sorry, I use the tack shooter a lot, so I talk about it a lot. But it's I mean, there's enough water, so I guess Buccaneer like is pretty good too. So, but you can fit like 2 farms, so it's just, and the track is not, it's not too big, but it does take up a good amount of the map, and I think the mountains at the side take up almost all the space you have to place stuff. So that's why I'm putting in F tier. Now this map, I feel like if you're going, so here's I'm not putting in beats here, but I'm just gonna talk about it for a second. So if you're playing late game with this map, then it's good. But if you're not, then it's terrible. And the reason for that is it's so difficult to kill your opponent. And I play more of an aggressive game, so for me anyway, since it's my tier list, I don't like this map because, it loops around the square in the middle like 2 times. So if they have towers there, they can just shred the balloons. So it's hard to like Rainbow Rush or like maybe like Ceramic Rush or do something like that to your opponent, and it makes it really hard to win. But it's easier to survive on this map, so I don't know. If you're going late game, it's good. If not, then it's trash. So I'm gonna just put it. I think I am gonna put it in beats here, because just for that reason. Like Bloon Circles is a bit different because it doesn't loop around the same spot so long, and same for Battle Park. So that's why I'm gonna put it at A tier or B tier. No, okay, now I'm confused because I think this one's called Battle Park, not the other one in S tier. Whatever this one's called, this one is gonna be, yeah, I think I'm gonna put in C tier. So it's like it is a pretty long map, and the track is pretty big. There's not really much space for banana farms, but like there is enough, and it's not like really bad either. It's good for like Dart Monkey, or like maybe like Boomerang or something. And there's various strategies you could do on this map, and it's not like unlivable like one of these other ones I'm going to talk about that's coming up. That is my least favorite map in the game. It's not a bad map really though. Where's that map I was talking about? It's towards the bottom. Cards is another S tier. Cards is just I love this map. There's so much banana farm room. There's like so many things you could do on this map. Like there's so many strategies I couldn't even name like any of them. Engineer's good for this map. Like pretty much anything's good for this map. And if you want to go late game, it's a good map. And if you don't want to go late game, it's still a good map. And plenty of banana farm room. It's not too long, and it doesn't loop at any point. So it's a really good map, trust me. Now Dread Balloon, out of all the boss maps, I'd say this one's the best. It's like plenty of room to do whatever strategy. There's fairly decent banana farm room, and like maybe like Dart Monkey or like Tack Shooter is good for this map. Or like, I don't know, maybe Ace too. I don't know, I'm not really sure what to do for this map. But I mean, there's a bunch of strategies for this map, and you know, it's like it's not too long. So in the Dread Balloon arena, you're gonna. Is this Dread Balloon? Yeah, I think it's Dread Balloon. You wanna you don't really go late game that often, at least in my experience. So I mean, unless you're playing like sandbox mode or like a custom club, then it's pretty good. So. Yeah, and then, oh, this one. So, I don't know, because this one fits enough banana farms, but it's just not really a fun map to play. I mean, there's like a pool in the middle, and there's like, I don't know, I guess you could do Buccaneer, you could do some various things with that. Ace is good, I guess, too. I don't know, though, because, I mean, I feel like there's not very much room, but at the same time there is. I don't know, it's weird. But, I mean, not really much to say about this map. I'm gonna put in D tier. Now, Ink Blot. I would say that so there's two different tracks on this map. There's one for when your opponent sends a balloon. There's one for when you send a balloon. Or, I mean, sorry. There's one when your opponent sends a balloon. And there's one for the natural balloons. And the one for your opponent balloons is way too short. Like, your opponent can kill you with pink balloons if you have, like, Wizard or something. Or they could just rush you with, like, rainbows. And there's not much you could really do about it because the track is so short. But, like, if you're the one doing the rushing, then it's beautiful map because you're killing your opponent easily. But when you're being rushed, it is not fun because, it's a short map, not much you can do. The natural balloon path is not bad, so. And there's plenty of banana farm room. And, you can't really place many towers by the track unless you have water. So Buccaneer is so good for this map. I don't know, you basically need Buccaneer. And for that, I feel like it kind of forces your strategy. Like, if I'm trying to do a certain strategy, and then I see this map, I'm gonna switch to my like Buccaneer, like Wizard, and Buccaneer, like Sniper, and like Farm is like a good one for this map. And you kind of have to do a strategy like that on this map. There's not really much else you can do, so I'm gonna say it's an E tier. I'm not putting an F tier because you can fit plenty of farms, so I mean it's not all terrible. Now, I know I rank most of the tracks or the maps with long, sorry, I'm stuttering like crazy. Most of the maps I rank have like low track or short tracks, and that's why they're really good. But for the same reason as whatever this square map is called, I don't really remember. I'm gonna put mines in, or the mines in B tier. Because, when they go through the tunnel, the balloons, they kind of, like, are unpoppable for a second or so. And that gets annoying. And also, like, it's a really long map, and they kind of loop around a lot. Same spot. So, I never have fun on this map, so I'm gonna put in C tier, actually. Now, Offside. So, this is the map I've made it the farthest on late game. I could have made it way farther on either of these two maps. Either of those two. But, I like this map. I'm going to put an S tier for the reason that it's, like, so big. Like, there's nothing restricting, like, anything you can place. There is so much banana farm room. It's probably like, if not the most, it's up there because this ice melt probably has a lot too, or glacier melt. But Offside has so much, and there's no water. I mean, it's unlike these two. Like, if you're playing random 3, you're not going to get a water tower and have like very little. And you know, it's just a really good map. You can place your temples. You can place a bunch of them, and you can get farms and, you know, go ultra late game. And even if you're playing, like, you're not playing a Bonanza and you're not going late game, it's still a really good map because it's not too long, so you can't, like, your opponents can't easily pop everything. So I'm giving it an S tier. A Pinball Wizard, we're going back down to the, like, D's and F's. Pinball Wizard is just an awful map. I mean, you can, again, fit, like, 3 farms. There's not much room for much of anything. But Tax Shooter and, like, Wizard is a really good strategy for this map. And, maybe, like Ace or, like, Dart Monkey are all really good paths for this map. Or, like, even Engineer. But the problem is you're not going to have much money. So, I mean, this is based off my ranking, so I don't really do eco strats. I normally go with banana farms. So it kind of ruins my strategy. So I'm going to put it in E tier. Because, I mean, there's enough room, though. It's not like all these F tiers where there's no room for anything. There's enough room to, like, handle yourself. So, not like the worst map ever. So I'm going to put it there. Concrete Alley. I swear I play this map so much. It's crazy. But, I mean, it's not a bad map either, so I'm going to put it in A tier. There's enough banana farm room, and, you know, Submarine is so good for this map because you can get the reactor. And, you know, maybe, like, I don't know what other strategies, like Engineer, I guess, but it's just a really good map, too, because of the, you know, the water. It's a good amount of water. This is like the amount of water you would want, especially if it's like random 3. You know, you can get a reactor. It's perfect because it hits like all the corners of the map, and you know there's good banana farm too. So banana farm space too. So that's why I put an A tier. Oops, where was that again? That was like E tier, right? Yeah, okay. Farmyard. So Farmyard is weird because if you were to take the top half of the map and kind of rank that on its own, it'd be an F tier because there's room for nothing. You can't fit anything on that side of the map. You basically don't use that side of the map. But then the bottom half is where you put all your farms. You basically put everything there. Because there's plenty of space. It's really weird because, you know, the tractor you see, I don't know how much you guys play this game, but the tractor you see in the middle there, you can't place anything on that. And that pool is just the worst placement ever. You know, putting a tower in that would be useless. So I'm going to put it in E, or no, I'll put it E tier. Because, you know, there's also, if you just take the bottom half and put all your farms on that, there's not going to be much space anyway. Now I'll put it D tier because it's not like the worst map ever, like some of these other ones. Like, there's a chance I wouldn't skip it when I got it. It's not like a really bad map, but there's not much space for anything, so I'm going to put it in D tier. Now, A game. Oops. A game. So, this all depends on the game, if you like this map or not. If you look at this map, the yellow circle is where the natural balloons go. And the A in the middle is where the enemy balloons go. Now, the problem with that is the tracks are pretty distant from each other. I mean, kind of. So, like, you kind of have to have different towers defending both sides. Now, the natural balloons are always going to be so much tamer, so most of your defense will probably be on the enemy balloons if your opponent's going farm, which most of the time they are. But, like, if you're aggressive on this map, it can be pretty good because they have to defend the natural balloons and they can also have to defend the track. The problem though is it's really easy to defend the track because it circles around like the triangle and the A, like twice or something. So honestly, if they have like a ring of fire or something, or like wizard or something, or bomb tower or something that like splash attacks, then your rushes are gonna be useless. But if you have like, if they have like, I don't know, like engineer or something without the trap, then they're gonna be destroyed on that map because there's nothing they can do really. But the problem is you have to defend your side too, because they can rush you and just kill you pretty fast. Glue gunner is also really good for this map. I see people do that a lot. I don't really use glue gunner, but I know it's good for this map. So for that reason, I'm gonna probably put it D tier. It's kind of a hard one to rank. What happened? Okay. Hold on, I'm glitching out. Okay, there we go. I didn't. Okay. So for this one, alright. I think this one's an E tier. Because can't really fit like anything on this map. You can probably tell by looking at it. You can fit like, I don't know how many forms you can fit, like 3, and they're not even close to each other, so you have to waste a bunch of farmers. I think I'm actually gonna put in F tier, honestly, because I mean, okay, no, I'll put in E tier. Because F tier is the really bad maps. It's not like really bad, but it's bad. You know, I'd skip this map anytime. It's also pretty long, so like you can't really kill your opponent. But it's not long enough to be a late game map, you know, because there's no space for anything. So I don't know. I just don't like this map. It's kind of the same for this one too. You can fit like 2 farms on. This one's probably F tier though. Oh my god, what is happening? That one's probably F tier though, because you can fit like 2 farms, and you know, there's not much space for anything because there's like a canyon and there's like mountains in the corner. I guess like Dart Monkey or like Boomerangs excels at this map, but I don't know. It's just not a fun map to play. Now this map, you know, I don't know why, but I never get this map when I'm playing. I don't know why, but I've played this map like maybe 5 times total. So it's kind of hard to rank this one. But like, from the little bits I have played it, I'd say, oh, it's lagging like crazy. Yeah, I'd say it's a B tier. Maybe a C tier, because there's not much space. And like, I think you can fit like, I don't know, like 3 farms. I know you can fit it in the middle and like some at the top, but you know, I never play this map. I don't know why I don't, but I never get it. I have like 2,000 games. I've almost never got it though. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that's my kind of like estimated rating on this. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with it. I don't even know what this map is called, but I think everybody agrees with me that this is a bad map. It's probably E tier. You could fit like a couple farms, you know, sniper and like sniper buccaneer farm is like the only strategy that actually works on this map. It's not a late game map, even though it's long and it loops around a couple times, so it's hard to kill your opponent. And it's not a late game map, which is just really bad. You don't want either of those. So it's an E tier. But finally breaking the streak of bad maps, we have Roadblock, which I'm going to put in S tier. No, I'll put it in A tier. Because, okay, you can fit a lot of farms, but not like a crazy amount. And it's not like a really long map either. But you can go pretty late game on this map. And it's just a really good map. You can go with like a... I don't know, I've seen some ninja strategies on this map. And I'd just say if you get this map, just don't skip it. It's not like a bad map. You can manage with it. And if you want to rush your opponent, it's not like a super long map either. So, yeah, pretty good. Oops, what did I just do? I do that. Okay. Now shapes. So it's kind of complicated to explain this, but I'll try to. So all the balloons will flow on the track, but the natural balloons will kind of take a detour, and they'll go through the red shape. Well, the opponent balloons will just skip that, and they'll just keep going. Which makes it really long, it makes it a really good map, because, you know, if you're going late game, then you don't have to worry about the red part. So, you know, it makes it a pretty long map. But if you want to send, it makes it a short map. It kind of like transforms into a short map. Because, you know, the red part makes it take a long time for stuff to go through. But if you don't have that part, then stuff goes through fast. So, you know, it's good for whatever you're playing. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in A tier. The reason I'm not putting in S tier is because, you know, there's not much banana farm room. Let's just admit that. There's enough for it to be a really good map, but there's not enough for it to be an S tier. So that's why I'm going to put it back there. Snowfall. Okay. So the thing about Snowfall is it's got so much banana farm room, and, like, you know, behind the house. You could probably tell by looking at it. You can also fit, I think, a farm, like one farm on the house, and like submarine or tack shooter or something like that's really good for this map. Like something, or like even bomb tower maybe, which is not normally a good tower, so that's pretty amazing. So I think I'm gonna put it in A tier, or yeah, A tier, because I mean, I don't know, just not really a bad map, but it's not really. Actually, I'm gonna put an S tier. Nothing to say against it, really. Just nothing. Just plenty of room, plenty of everything. Maybe there's not very much, or it. I don't know. Dartling Gunner is really good for this map too, like Ray of Doom, and you can go late game with that. So yeah, it's just not like an ultra late game map like some of the other ones at the top. Okay, Super Monkey Lane. So Super Monkey Lane is kind of a controversial one, because I feel like some people like this map while some don't. Now, I really like it because my favorite strategy is tack shooter, wizard farm, which is like really popular strategy, by the way. And that's pretty good for this map. The water in this map is absolutely useless, and it does take up a bit of space, and there's not really that much banana farm room. But I feel like, so this isn't for you guys, like ranking the map for you guys, but this is for me. I can normally beat my opponent on this map. So I would say I like this map. So I'm gonna, but like, for the sake of you guys, who most of you hate this map, I'm gonna put it in C tier. But my strategy, well, I guess it's a popular strategy, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. But it's really good for this map. Now going on to really bad maps, which is, this one's a no-brainer. It's a treasure hunt. You could fit like 2 farms, and one of them's kind of a tight fit. I don't think you can fit 3. You know, most of the map is water. Can't really do much on this map. You know, Buccaneer's good, I guess, but just not a good map in general. And I guess it's probably the same for this one too, but this one's not nearly as bad. I'm gonna put it in D tier. It's got space for banana farms, but the track is kind of big, and it's not very long, but it does take a while for the balloons to loop around, you know. And I don't know, I guess, like, you can't really, if you have banana farms, then you're kind of gonna run out of space. Like, if you do use your banana farms, they kind of take up everything. So you kind of are forced to use water towers, but not really, because you can still not have water towers. Like, you can use wizard on this map. You can use, like boomerang. Like, But you can't really use big towers unless you're not going to Banana Farm. So it's just not really an enjoyable map for me, so I'm going to put it in D tier. Now this map just sucks. I don't know if it's bad enough to be an F tier, but it's E tier or F tier. It's one of the two. Because it's not a long map at all unless you're sending balloons. So it's like the opposite of shapes, basically. When you send balloons, it takes a while for them to get across. But the natural balloons get across quickly. Which just makes it an awful map. Like an awful map. I think I am going to put it in F tier, actually. It's really hard to kill your opponent. There's not much banana farm room, but there's enough. I guess you can fit like maybe like 4, 5. I don't think you can fit 5. I'm not even 100% sure you can fit 4. But, I mean, okay, maybe you can fit 4. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking about how many farms you can fit and talk more about the map itself. But, track is also big, so there's not much room in general. The water's placement is good, I guess, but I don't know, it's just not really enjoyable map, so I am going to put an F tier. No shipyard. This is the same case as Patch. Is that what that map is called? I have no clue. But shipyard is the same case where I don't really feel like I play it that much. Like, I don't know. I just never feel like I spin this map. And when I do, I normally choose to skip it. Because it's just not a good map. It's not much space for much of anything. You know, the water is useless, like normal. So, but it's not bad enough to be like E or F. I'm gonna put in D tier. It's just not a good map. Not much space. Now this map, what is this map like? Like something station, but the farm placement on this is really weird. I almost always place my farmer wrong. And it's the same case as the yin yang, where if you do have farms, they kind of take up everything. But this map's definitely worse than yin yang because, you know, on the edges of yin yang, there's water. On this map, there's nothing, so you can't place anything. This might be an F tier. I might have 2 F tiers in a row because there's just not space for anything, like anything. There's probably the least amount of space of all the maps on this one. There's just, you can't place anything. You know, if you have farms, they take up your entire map. I mean, just not a good map. Just skip this map if you have it. Temple, on the other hand, is an S tier. Oh, I just lagged again. Temple's an S tier. For the reason... Oh, that's not S tier. That one. There's so much banana farmer. And I would say, like, the way it splits off from the enemy, you can't really put your defense in the front unless you're going late game. So it kind of forces your opponents to move their defense back. And if they don't, you can punish them very bad for that. And there's, like, yeah, plenty of banana farm room. And it, you know, you might be looking at this map and go, well, that looks like Battle Sands, so why aren't you ranking Battle Sands higher? Battle Sands is different because, you know, the things in the corners take up a lot of space, and you can't fit as many farms by each other like you can in a temple for a farmer. So, but like Battle Sands isn't a bad map, so I'm not putting it as high as Temple. Now, I don't remember what this is called, but it's just like, it's a weird map because, I don't know, it's kind of just an awkward map. There's not much space for banana farms. Not really much space for anything, but you can still do well on this map. So, and the water is good, unlike most maps. So I think I'm gonna put it C tier. It's just not really a fun map. There's not much space for banana farms. but there's space for everything else. It's like the space that you do have to place stuff is too small for a banana farmer. Or banana farm, sorry. But it's enough for everything else. So, like, helicopter is bad for this map. Like, so. Or, like, big towers like Ace or, like, maybe Super Monkey. So, I'd go with something else, unless you're going late game. Oh, I have no clue what this map is called. I should. But, whatever it is, it's... Oops, definitely not F tier. It's probably an A tier. Oh my god, why is it lagging? Oh, I need a new device. It's really hard to just do anything. Anyway, I'm done venting. A tier. So, the reason it's not S tier is that it's just not really a good map for ultra late game, and it's kind of in that in-between phase of being too long and too short, I feel like. And the track takes up a lot of space, too. And, like, the bushes in the corners can get annoying. And, you can't fit that many farms. So, that's the main thing. Most of those are kind of minor, but you can't fit that many farms, so... I mean, you can fit a good amount of farms, but not by each other, like, for a farmer. I'm not rich enough to have, like, 7 million farmers, so I don't really want to place 2. I place 1 per game, at least, but, like, I don't want to place 2. So, for me, it's just not really that good. But, like, it's not a bad map either. Like, you can... Oops. What am I doing? I put that there. Okay. So, I'm gonna put it in A tier. This is S tier and A tier. Of, like, about to have another row. Okay. I've been waiting to talk about this one. This is by far, without a doubt, the worst map in the game. You might ask why. It doesn't look that bad. Because it's like, oh, there's like a little track in the middle. No. That's 1 out of 3 tracks. There's another track that circles the empty pool, and there's another track that circles the full pool. And they all 3 can go at the same time. Like, Dartling Gunner is good, I guess, but... I mean, there's farm room, but... You can't really live on this map. It's very difficult. You're gonna end up winning, but like with 40 lives left, because you eat salted wounds. If you're ever playing on this map, pick salted wounds, because you lose your opponent and you are gonna lose a lot of lives, if not die. And that strategy can help you kind of win this map a lot, but it's just an awful map. It's such an awful map. Probably, maybe not the worst in the game, but yeah, I could probably call it the worst in the game, and nobody would argue it. Yeah, most strategies just do not work on this map. If you had a strategy you wanted to try out, just switch it real quick, because it's not going to work on this map. The water is useless, because it doesn't really get the enemy, or pretty much everything is going to be placed bad, because it can't reach all 3 tracks. So, I mean, the tracks are small enough that you have a good amount of room. The pools just kind of take up some of it, so you can place stuff in the empty pool, though. So I'm going to put an F tier, and we're going to have a second F tier in the row, because this one's also an obvious F tier. You can fit 2 farms on this map, and when you do, you can't fit anything else, because the entire map is basically revolved around the boat, and there's like a couple other spaces for things. So if you have your banana farms on the boats, you can't fit anything else. I mean, there's water too, so, you know, if you pick a water tower, you'll be fine. But, you know, I don't really want to pick a water tower, so maybe that's just kind of bad. So, but, like, unlike this map, whatever that one's called, you can actually place stuff, like, in the water. So, I guess it's not the worst map ever, but still, I'm going to skip this map if I have it. Oh, Winter Castle, I think that's what this one is called. Not a good map. You can fit 3 farms, I think. maybe 4. I don't think so, though. And, that's the only thing really wrong with it, though. You can't fit very many farms, but it's a fairly long map, and there's enough space to place your towers, just not your farms. I mean, I guess it is a little cramped for your towers, too, so I'm gonna put it in deeds here. Just skip this map. Just trust me. So any map in E and F, just probably skip it. Like, D and C, you can probably live with it, but, like, E and F, just skip it. Okay, this map. So, there's something a little annoying about this map. It's kind of hard to notice it, but the little ducks actually take up space. Yeah, so it's more fair for the right half, because I don't think the duck takes up as much space, which is really annoying. So, I mean, I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's more fair for that side. And there's not much banana farm room, and since the ducks take up space, there's not as much water tower room, even though there's tons of water. And the track takes up so much space. The track takes up a ridiculous amount of space in this map, because next to the track is like the rocks that go into the water, which take up so much space. So I'm gonna put in eats. Most people probably like this map more than I do, but I don't know, I hate this map. Now hear me out on this map. I'm actually going to put it in 8s here, because there's actually more banana farm room than you think by first looking at it. Like, the little bit of land that you see, that's like kind of by the long piece of land, you can actually fit 2 banana farms next to each other, which is really good. You can fit, like, maybe 6 farms on this map, 7. And, like, if you do that, water towers are so good on this map, because if you place them in that bit of water in the middle, they can hit, almost the entire map. So, you know, if you ever get this map, you will not live if you don't pick a water tower. So, definitely go with the water tower on this map. I would say that, you know, it's just a really good map. It's not, like, too short for a map either. It's not too long. So, oops, what did I just do? What's next? We're almost done with this. Okay, Winter Keep, or whatever this, like, Wizard Keep, I think, is an easy F tier. You can fit 3 farms on this map, and that takes up your entire map. You can fit a little bit in the middle, like where the little, like, fiery star thing is. And then, other than that, your entire, like, strategy is based around water towers. And then placing a water tower on this map is kind of bad, too, because, you know, they can't really hit that much. It's the opposite of the other map, where they can't hit that much, so it's going in F tier. And we're gonna have 2 in a row, because this map is also easy F tier. I don't even have to have a second thought about that. Basically the way it works is, you probably don't even see a track, so you're confused. You might think it's, like, on the top of the dam, but it's actually, like, the water right above the dam. And there's, like, when you're playing the map, you can kind of see the track. But, like, if you're looking right now, you can't see it. But that's not the point. The point is, the water goes above the dam, and then once it leaves, it goes down the sewer pipe at the bottom into the exit, which is really weird. That is so weird. And it kind of throws off your whole strategy, because if they make it past the first part, your towers aren't really going to be able to defend the second part. And there's also no banana farm room. I think you could fit, like, 3 on this map. So, you know, it's just not a good map. Skip this map, trust me. No swamp. I don't know. Oops, I keep doing that. I don't know about this map. I'm gonna say it's probably a B tier. Cause like it's a very long map, but it's not a good late game map. There's plenty of banana farm room. I know it doesn't look like it, but there is. That's not the problem though. The problem is like, I guess there's not much of a problem, but it's just there's not much space once you do place all your farms. Which makes it a pretty bad late game map. But if you have a long track, you want it to be a good late game map, so it's kind of like contradicts that, but or like I don't know if I use that word right, but counteracts it or something. But I mean, tack shooter is good for this map, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like this map, but it's livable. And Vortex is like, I don't know what to rank this one, honestly. Like, C tier, probably. No, I'll go B tier. Because, Buccaneer excels for this map, obviously. And then, the farm room is pretty good. But, it circles around the middle, which makes it kind of hard to kill your enemy. And it's not, like, a super long map, even though it loops around. So, I would say it's not the worst map. But it's, like, kind of bad too. I mean, obviously you can't skip this map, so. Now Zen Garden's in F tier. It's probably really close to indoor pools too. I don't even have to like think about this one for a millisecond. It is an F tier. So the blue track, or like the bluish green track, is the natural balloons, and the red track is the enemy balloons. So, it's really, really annoying to guard both of them at the same time. Like, Engineer is a really good option, but there's not really many good options for this map. You kind of just have to hope you live. Although, I promise you, don't pick a water tower. That is, like, the worst thing you can do. The pools are just... Oops. The pool's placement is just so bad. If you're gonna do this map, just, I guess, go with, like, Engineer. There's not really much farm room either, which makes it just suck. I'd go with, like, Engineer, farm, and maybe Bomb Tower. That's probably my best option for this map. I know some people have good ideas for this map. Dartling Gunner is probably good, too. And on to our last map is Hot Tub, which I'm going to put in S tier. I love this map. Good map. It's, you think, when you first look at this map, you'd be like, oh, the lava looks like it takes up all the space of the map. But, like, it doesn't. At the same time, I don't know why it feels like it doesn't, but it doesn't. It looks like, oh, you might also think while you're looking at this map, oh, maybe it loops around a couple times on a circle, which I've said before on this list that's bad. No, it doesn't loop. It doesn't loop once. The enemy balloons go a little different of a route. Like, when they get to the final circle, they kind of skip it, unlike the normal balloons. And they kind of do that for the first loop, too, so it's a really short map. It's like shapes. It's a really short map for the enemy balloons, but then it's really short, or it's a really long map for the normal balloons. So it's good for late game, and it's also really good for, grinding. And, the space that the lava takes up, a lot of that's the track. So I guess it doesn't really feel like you're losing that much, because some of the maps just kind of already take up a lot of space with the track. I mean, out of all the late game maps, I wouldn't pick this one. It's more of a good grinding map. But it's not like the worst late game map either. Like you can go pretty late game on that. Anyway, they don't have the rift on this map, or they don't have some of the newer ones on this, like Sprinkler and the rift. But like Sprinkler, I'll just give it to you. Sprinkler is an A tier for me. The rift is also an A tier because those maps are both pretty long, good banana farm room. But yeah, this is the list. I'll scroll through it pretty slow if you want to see it one more time. Like maybe you skip to this part. So yeah, that's the ranking. Let me know what you guys think about this map. Let me go if you agree or disagree, or like whatever rankings you would make. Let me know in the comments. Maybe you think, oh, I disagree. I think Glacier Melt should be maybe like D tier. I don't like that map at all. Yeah, I get that. Just tell me in the comments. I'll reply to all the comments. Alright, see ya.